Hello, I am Miss Tell It Like It Is. I hope everybody's doing wonderful today. I'm doing grand, okay? Today I have baby back spare rib, okay? A slab. And this is what I want to cook. I had a taste for it, so I said, let me go ahead on and cook it, okay? But first, I was going to make a glaze to go over the rib, okay? I'm melting me some butter. If you can see, I hope everybody's been doing good. I've been doing wonderful. Yep. Okay, I just put the butter in there, okay? I'm a little tired, y'all. But I said I had a taste for this, so I'm gonna, I'm gonna cook it. Okay, so I just put the butter in. On this rib, slab of rib, I'm gonna put some Badia rib rub seasoning on it. You can see that. Okay. Then I'm going to put some garlic powder. Okay. Then I'm going to add some meat tenderizer because normally, like, I like to marinate my rib overnight, but it's not happening. Okay. And I'm going to put some honey. Okay. On it. I know y'all said honey again. Yes, honey, baby. Honey. And I'm going to add some brown sugar. Okay. And I'm going to put it all on here. And I'm going to stick it in the oven. Okay. So, to this butter, I don't never measure anything. I'm putting in some brown sugar. I never measure anything, y'all. So if you do this, just go by, go by your instinct of how much to put in there. And I'm going to put some honey. Yeah. Put a little honey in here. Y'all may not believe this, but I have worked all day. I worked all day, but I said I was going to do this, y'all. Okay? Because I had a taste for it. And I was also going to cook for my daughter. The rib seasoning. Put some of that in there. I'm going to put it all on this meat. I'm putting it down low. I already have my oven preheated. Okay. Garlic, y'all. Garlic powder. Some garlic powder in there. And I'm going to put some meat tenderizer. Since you all, I did not marinate this meat overnight. Okay. I have to put meat tenderizer in there. And last but least, I'm going to put some black pepper. Okay. stir this all up, you all. Till it melts really, 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 really good. I got it down on low. Yep. Melting the butter. Melting everything that I put in there. Yep. Yep, I plan on showing you all a second video of how this is going to turn out. Yep. I don't know why this butter is taking so long to melt. But it's melting, you all. It's melting. La 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 la. Let that butter melt. Da 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 da. Okay, it's almost melted. Y'all, you know what? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I believe this is gonna turn out so good. I really do. Okay, it's melted. And now I'm gonna take it. And I'm just gonna put this on the rib. On the slab of rib. And once I do this, y'all, stick it in the oven. I think I'm gonna add a little. I think I'm gonna put a little seasoning salt on this too, y'all. Well, anyway, this is gonna turn out good. Okay. It is. It's gonna turn out good. I'm gonna flip it on over. I'm gonna wash my hands, y'all. Put the seasonings on the back of these ribs. Yep, I've worked all day. You know what? I want to talk about something. Because I've been pretty, I don't know, I've been pretty kind of disturbed, y'all. And I want y'all to wash my hands again to tell me what you think, okay? Okay. What do you think? Like, I'm a mother of 3, okay? I have 3 grown children, okay? And my last child just happened to just turn 18. Now, I'm going to tell you, y'all, I don't think just because a kid turns 18 that makes them grown. But you know, the law says it does, you know? But mentally, they're not grown, okay? And I just really, like, it's just really been messing me up, y'all, because things that, let me wash my hands, that I usually do for my kid, everywhere I go, I'm told, well, she's 18 now. Okay, I'm like, okay, she's 18. Okay, they're like, that's grown. I'm like, she's legally grown, but she's not mentally grown. Okay? And my thing is, I really feel as a parent that the legal age to be grown should be like 21 or maybe like 23. You know, I don't know. You know, what do you all think? Because I know that I'm one of these, like, I know I'm one of these very overprotective parents. I am, y'all. Trust me, I'm very overprotective. But I'm also one of these parents, I'm very loving. I'm very nurturing, you know? And I think it's so important that you give your kids love no matter how old they get. And it doesn't matter how old any of my kids get, okay? They're going to always be my babies. And I know for you moms out there, you feel the same way. Let me put some more seasoning on here. Just making sure, honey, because I'm going to make sure this got plenty of seasoning, you know? So it's like, I just don't understand, like, these parents that, like, their kid turned 18 and they're ready to just kick them out the house. Like, are you crazy? Like, for real. Like, they're not ready for the real world out there, you know? And I'm so glad my kid is not one of those kids, and I still say kid, yes, or young adult, that wants to just go out in the world and just jump out there. I'm so glad, y'all, because I wouldn't know what to do if she was one of them kids that just was like, I'm grown now. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Oh my God, y'all. I'm so glad she's not one of those. And one of those young women that think she knows it all. So glad. I think I've done enough to this. Let's go put it up. Make sure it's good and seasoned. Yeah. Because, you know, some of these kids, they want to grow up so fast. They want to go out in the world so quick. And then they find out it isn't what it cut out to be. And then they back home, you know. Like when you should have been a child, you wanted to be an adult. Now, you got at an age, you're an adult. Now you want to be a child, you know. Crazy. So I'm glad that I have a daughter. I'm going to put this in here. that does not want to grow up fast. She even agrees with me. She's like, Mom, I'm not grown. I'm like, I know. So she still lets me make decisions for her. And I'm so happy, y'all. You just don't know. I'm so happy. Because even she agreed with me. She's like, Mom, I know I'm 18. She said, but I'm still a kid in the head. And I'm like, I know. Yes, you are. Thank you. Yes. I've never been one of these parents that believe in pushing my kids out in the world before time. Like, you got some of these parents that like, oh yeah, honey, I can't wait till my child get out here. As soon as my child turn 18, they gone. I'm like, are you crazy? What is wrong with you? I just don't understand your mentality. Now, I got these potatoes, y'all. I'm going to just put these potatoes on in the oven, okay? Because I'm going to bake those. Yep. So, let me tell you what I'm going to have. Okay, I'm going to have baby back ribs, potatoes with chives, cheese, sour cream, and I'm going to make fresh spinach with fried onions and corned beef on top with a lemon ranch dressing to go on top of the spinach. That's right. That's right. So, this is all about a waiting game, y'all. Okay. A waiting game. And I'm not going to do my spinach until last. Oh, you know what? Yeah. I'm not going to do my spinach until last. I'm going to do my spinach until last. Yeah. I had to think about that, y'all. But how y'all like my outfit? Da-da, 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 da-da. Not bad for 52, right? I have to keep saying not bad for 52. Yeah. What I am going to do, though, while I'm at it, I'm going to fry this corned beef with the onions. So it'll be good and cooked for the spinach, okay? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. This up. Yeah. Did y'all watch the Super Bowl the other night? It was wonderful, wasn't it? Especially with Rihanna performing. I couldn't believe she is pregnant again. But you know what? She looked great. And even though she is pregnant, she can afford it. Okay? I hate when my stove is my daughter spilled something on it. Okay. She can afford to have another baby. But I am very happy for her and her man. Okay? Yeah. And she did such a good job, y'all. I mean, but you know what? I can't, for the life of me, I don't know how she had the guts to get up on that platform and go so high up in the air. I don't know how she did it, y'all. Because I couldn't do it, baby. I would have told her, hold up, wait a minute. My pregnant behind is going to stay on the ground, okay? It's not happening. Y'all want me to perform, but I am going to be on the stage, on a level stage. I don't know how she... Man, do you know how much I would be freaking out? Being lifted up that high up in the air. Okay? And just, I mean, look, I'm afraid of heights, so, I would be freaking out. I wouldn't be able to sing. I wouldn't be able to dance, y'all. I'm serious. Like, whew. She has some real nerves, like good nerves, okay? Good nerves to be able to do that, baby. And just tell it like it is, baby, it wouldn't happen. I'm telling you. It would not happen. But I was shocked, like when she started performing and I was looking at her stomach, I was like, is Rihanna pregnant? I couldn't believe it, y'all. I'm like, ooh. She did it again, honey. Yep, she did it again. But at least the little boy that she has, he will have someone to keep him company, It's good, it's good. It's not good to be the only child if you can help it. Yeah. I'm just doing this corned beef hash with this onions. Wow. The ribs and the potatoes are baking. Yep. One moment, okay? One moment. Spinach on the beef cooking. Always have the spinach warm, keeping it warm. Like I said, I'm going to do a second video, you all, and show you how everything turned out. My grandmother, when she was living, she used to always tell me, I remember I used to whistle, and she used to always tell me, it is not ladylike to whistle. Stop whistling. And I used to forget, you all, I didn't have an abusive grandmother, but I used to forget, and boy, I'm telling you, as soon as I started whistling, my grandmother used to take her finger and just pop me in the mouth with it. I stopped whistling for a long time. Do the spinach in this, okay? And can y'all still believe that I'm 52 years old and I still remember the name of my kindergarten teacher? Like, for real. And do you want to know the story behind that? Like, my kindergarten teacher had a very hard name, okay? And I remember every time I would come home, my mother she would be working, and my aunt would be babysitting me. And when I first, went to kindergarten and I'd come home, my aunt would ask me how my day, and I would be like, it was great. And she'd ask me the name of my teacher, okay? And I'd be like, I don't know. And I would actually get in trouble for not remembering her name. I would have to stand in the corner until I remembered her name. So I got tired of standing in the corner. Got tired of getting in trouble for my auntie. And I finally remember my kindergarten teacher's name. And her name was Mrs. Campanella. Miss Campanella. That was hard for a 5-year-old to remember. But I remember it to this day because I got in so much trouble. And then I never forget my auntie, she was so strict. It was my mother's sister. She had ordered these vowel records offline back then. And me and my cousins, we would sit for hours going over our vowels. For hours. Like, my aunt was teaching us the vowels and teaching us how to read. And it was every day, like for 2 hours straight. A-E-I-O-U. And I got tired of pronouncing. I was so tired as a child. One day, me and my cousin, we had a plan. But my cousin came up with the plan because I wasn't like the mischievous child. My cousin, She was a risk taker. She was like, I got a plan. And I was like, what is it? She was like, let's take the needle out the record player, you know. Because back then, it was a record, like a Vowel, you know, Vowel Records, you know. And at first I remember telling her, no, don't do that. You know, our auntie will get us. Our auntie will, because our auntie didn't play, you know, she was real, real strict. But then my cousin was like, you're so chicken, you know, you just, you know, and so she kind of like influenced and talked me into it, you know, so she took the needle out of the record, you know, out of the handle of the record player, and she told me to go bury it, but we went together, y'all, and we buried it in the yard. So when my aunt went to give us lessons, guess what? That's what happened. The needle wasn't there. And my aunt knew that we did it. She turned around and she was like, where the hell is that needle? And we tried to pretend like we didn't know what she was talking about. Like, I don't know. You know, she was like, you do. And you gonna get, back in them days, baby, they didn't spare the rod, you know? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be right back. I got some spankings growing up, y'all. And it didn't ruin me. I wasn't abused. I wasn't I didn't have none of my people, like, abused me, like child abuse. But I did get spankings with switches, with belts. I got spankings. I didn't get a whole lot of them because I was one of them kids that once I got so many, I just realized, look, I need to be good because I don't want to go through the consequences of my actions, okay? And follow my cousin, she would get me in trouble. So I decided to have my own mind, but my auntie, she was one of these kind of psychic people. So she was like, you have so much time to find that needle or your behinds are mine. Okay? And my cousin was looking at me like, don't tell. But I was scared, y'all. I was like, oh, I'm going to be in so much trouble. And I was thinking to myself, you talked me into this. Why? Why you talk me into this? You know how an auntie is, you know? And my auntie looked at me and she said, I want you to tell me right now where you buried the needle. She knew I did it, y'all. I was like, how she know that? How she know I buried it? And then she looked at my cousin and she said, and I know that you're the mastermind behind her burying that needle. Because I know that she wouldn't do it on her own. I know you had to put it in her mind. So guess what? You're in trouble too. So my cousin kept looking at me, y'all, like, you better not tell, you better not break it up. And my auntie was like, where is it? Where is it? And I was like, I didn't do it. She was like, keep lying. It's going to get worse for you. Keep lying. Yes, you did. And finally I said, okay, I did do it. It's in the yard. I buried it in the yard. So she was like, take me to it. So my cousin, y'all, she was looking at me like, you snitch. You always crack under pressure. But look, y'all, I knew that this was going to be a butt whooping for me and her, okay? And it was going to be one that we never forgot, okay? So I took my aunt to the needle and I said, here it is. And she said, okay, all right, I see. I knew you did that, and I'm glad you showed me where it is. But now y'all in trouble, okay? Back in them days, they didn't play, okay? Really, parents, aunties, uncles, none of them played, okay? Mamas, daddies, grandmas, granddads, none of them played. My auntie said, okay, now I got an assignment for y'all. And I know y'all can relate to this. A lot of y'all can relate to this. See, I was born in the 70s, okay? So, things was a lot different back then. But I remember my aunt said, I want y'all to go and pick me out a switch, okay? And I remember I was like, why? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My cousin was looking like, you snitch. She wouldn't have known you. Because of you, I was like, she would. No, she knew. We can't hide from her. Our aunt is psychic. We can't hide from her, And she was like, you better pick the best switch out there because if you don't, it's going to be worse for you. So I remember, y'all, my cousin, she said, I'm going to pick the switch, not you, because you scary. I said, but if we don't pick a good switch, it's going to be worse for us, So my cousin was like, I'm not paying no attention to you. I'm going to pick the switch. My cousin went in there, y'all, went out there and went to this bush. And she got the thinnest little switch. She took it back to my aunt. And my aunt said, okay, I got something for you. I was like, I didn't pick that switch. She did. She's like, okay, you in more trouble. So I went out there and I picked the switch. I picked a good switch. But I'm going to tell you, we got the spanking of our lives. I never, even to this day, I have never forgot it. But it didn't kill me, y'all. Okay? It just made me appreciate authority. And I'm glad, I grew up with strict people, but I'm kind of glad I did because it kept me out of a lot of trouble, because I grew up in a family that taught me that if you do something wrong, there's consequences. So I took what they taught me and I took it into the world. And so I always thought about, don't do it because there's consequences to everything you do. So the moral of that story is you live and you learn, baby. And trust me, I learned. But I thank my auntie, because like I said, she was tough, but because of her, I had pretty good reading skills, okay? Then my other auntie, my dad's aunt, that lived in Detroit. I was partially raised in Detroit too. Florida and Detroit. I guess you could call me the Florida baby. I'm in Florida now, though. I love Florida. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Florida is a great state, okay? I love it. But anyway, and I love Detroit, you know. I really love Florida. I'm not going to lie to you. But my auntie, when I lived in Detroit, she was very strict on handwriting, like, especially cursive writing. And she was a teacher, so she would teach me how to have proper cursive. And I'd be tracing things for days, y'all. I never forget, I would be tired. I would be so darn tired. But it didn't matter how tired I was, I had to do that work. You feel me? And because of my auntie, I'm gonna tell y'all something. My auntie in Detroit, I have the most beautiful cursive writing. And you know what's so sad about it now? They don't even teach that in school now. Like, they don't even teach cursive. And I'm like, that's the most craziest thing. You would think that they would teach cursive, but they don't. But then they expect these kids to know how to, you know, do a signature, but they don't teach cursive. Like, you know, the craziest thing I think, y'all, is going on now in these schools, they don't even have books no more, you know? Like, they used to have books when I was growing up, but now they have this doggone computer, Chromebook. Told you we're in the AI, y'all. We're in the AI. Doing my spinach. AI time, baby. Everything's computer. Everything's computer. I am Miss Toe like this. I must finish this meal. On the next video, you will see how it came out, okay? Toodaloo, I have to go.